Hey guys, I'm going to give you a quick overview of the latitude and longitude PowerPoint for this unit. Lines of latitude and longitude are imaginary lines that encircle the Earth in either an east to west direction or a north to south direction. So together they form a grid which can be used to identify locations on the Earth's surface, and that's what we use for coordinates to find these places. So when using these lines to find a location, the coordinates are always given latitude first and then longitude. So the coordinates will be written, let's see if I can get this here. Doesn't look like it, but normally I'll be able to draw like I did in class how the coordinates look for you, but they'll be written as latitude in the first position or longitude. See if I can get it on the board here behind me. You can see it. So latitude will be written first. This will be your latitude, and this will either be north and south, and then your longitude. This will either be east and west. So it'll be written like such. Okay? See a little bit better there. So we'll start off with latitude. And one of the ways that I remember latitude is that latitude kind of rhymes with flat. So the flat lines that scale up and down the planet are the lines of latitude. Okay, so latitude is a name for a group of imaginary lines that run parallel to the equator. Them running parallel means that they will never intersect each other. The equator is the 0-degree line for latitude and splits the Earth into two equal halves, the northern and southern hemisphere. Each hemisphere is divided into 90 degrees from the equator to the pole, which means that the highest magnitude of a latitude line you can have is 90 degrees either north or south. So when finding a point in the northern hemisphere, the latitude is given as x degrees north, and conversely for the southern hemisphere, it's x degrees south. The lines of latitude get smaller as they get further north because the distance around the Earth decreases. I have a globe, I'll show you that. Sometimes this is a difficult concept for students to understand. So if you see how the world is here, you can see the middle line of the equator right here. If I were to turn the Earth upside down and we were looking at it from the top of the planet, so you can see the North Pole and the Arctic Circle here, you can see as we move up the ball, the distance around the Earth decreases. So here is wider than right here. It takes a smaller distance to encircle the globe that way. So that's what I mean by lines of latitude get smaller as they go up towards 90 degrees in either direction. You can see the Antarctic here. So at each pole, the latitude is 90 degrees, and the circular distance is 0, so it's just a point. Okay, there are several major lines of latitude other than the equator and the poles, but I'm really not going to test you much on these. I just would like for you to have an understanding of kind of what they are, and so that you've heard them once before, but we probably won't test on these. Those are the Tropic of Cancer, the Tropic of Capricorn, the Arctic Circle, and the Antarctic Circle. Okay, so now we're moving to longitude. Lines of longitude run north to south around the planet, so they measure east and west, but they run north to south. This is different from latitude that runs east to west, but measures north and south. There are 180 degrees in each hemisphere because the prime meridian will separate them into the eastern and western hemisphere. The highest number of a longitude you can have is 180 degrees. So when locating a point in the eastern hemisphere, longitude is given as x degrees east. When locating a point in the western hemisphere, it's given as x degrees west. All lines of longitude are the same length, and they do converge at the poles. There's only one other important line of longitude other than the prime meridian, and that's the international date line at 180 degrees in both directions. So we use latitude and longitude lines to find locations, and all you have to do is simply find where the 2 points intersect, and that will show you the location you're looking for. Get my slide to move here. There we go. Sorry. Remember, latitude is always the first coordinate given, and it will be either a number between 0 and 90, and a degree of either north or south. And longitude is the second number given, and it is a number between 0 and 180, and always followed by either a east or a west direction. Not all points are located neatly where the lines intersect. There are little interval points in between. We call those minutes. We won't use those too much in class finding it, but I do want you to know that those exist. And same thing here. And that's all that I have. Thanks, guys.